I'm up here because I'm saving Steve some money. So that's the only reason I'm here. Any questions?
What particularly did you think set Steve off about that?
What particularly?
Well, that sequence.
I think
of
it's that
calls.
goaltending call that was missed.
There was also, it seemed like that.
Well, there's probably some other things, but that was the last straw, probably.
Did that seem like an?
I don't want to speak for Steve.
Yeah. Well, you kind of are, I guess. Did it seem obvious to y'all on the bench it was a goaltender?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see a replay, but it sure seemed obvious at the time that it was a goaltend. They did not give an explanation. It was a late call, so I assume it was a late call, and he assumed the foul was earlier. So I don't know. That was, but no, we were not given an explanation.
Did you sense frustration building throughout the course of play?
There's always going to be some frustration in a close game. You know, the game. There's going to be an ebb and flow of the game, but I thought for the most part we kept our composure. I mean, you look at the stat sheet, we did a lot of good things. You look at how many turnovers we forced. We played our asses off, and so I don't know if frustration is the right word. You know, when you're not making some shots, that can be. I don't think any frustration affected our game. Let's put it that way.
I mean, the group responds. I mean, has a shot to win at the buzzer. What did you think of the last play? Is that what you were looking for?
Well, obviously, we wanted to get Jimmy the ball, and you know, I thought he had a good look. I thought it was going in. We had two, I think, Guy and maybe BP. Somebody, if it bounced the right way, we were going to get the offensive rebound. So, yeah, we were pleased with the shot we got at the end.
Terry, what did you do to kind of get into the headspace of being the coach? You know, pretty sudden, Steve gets ejected, and suddenly you're the coach. Do you do anything to kind of get yourself, I guess, ready in the moment?
No, you know, just try and coach the game, you know, and it helps. We got a veteran team. They know what they're doing out there. You know, Steph, before he fouled out, really got us going, but Guy Santos was terrific in the fourth quarter, and but no, as far as I'm concerned, it was, you know, it was coaching the game and trying to make good decisions.
You mentioned Guy. He played, you know, almost the entire fourth quarter after not playing at all the first three. What are some of like the complicating factors that make it tough for him to have a steady role in this current rotation?
Might be positional. You know, he's with Dre, and we played Jimmy at 4 a lot. We got our centers, and, you know, we're already playing 11, 12 people, so it's hard to squeeze minutes in there. But the great thing about Guy is anytime you put him in the game, you know what you're going to get. He's going to play hard. He's going to get an extra possession here or there. He may or may not make a shot, but you feel his presence out there, and, you know, he always stays ready. Tonight's a great example. He doesn't play for 3 quarters, and he's ready to go in a big game. So, you know, I think he's just a guy you can count on regardless. But as far as getting him more, like I said, we're playing 12, 13 guys, so it's not easy.
Hey, Coach. So I see that on defense-wise that when you guys face some like tall teams, that you guys have some frustration on the rebounds. What's something that we can like do better when we facing the tall teams going next forward?
You know, it's a good question, but, you know, I'm looking at the stat sheet, and Clippers had, I don't have my glasses on, but I think it's 6 offensive rebounds. So maybe it affected our offensive rebounding, but, you know, for the Clippers to only have 6 offensive rebounds, I don't know if it was that big of a factor tonight. Historically, we've always been really good with Draymond at 5, and Jimmy is a matchup, and we got a lot of guards. I thought that was one thing that Guy helped us with. He gave us a little bit more size, but I wouldn't say that the size was a factor tonight.
Coach, can you talk to us about Horford and the intangibles he brings and his contribution to the squad?
Al, you know, he's a pro's pro. He's a winner. He's won at both levels, you know, college and pro. He stays ready. I know it's been tough for him, you know, not playing in back-to-backs, but he's a pro, and he's going to go out there. He's smart on both ends of the floor. It's nice when he makes shots, but he doesn't have to make shots to have an impact on the game. And he's great in the locker room. You know, he has the respect of every player in the locker room.
Terry, that first half, you guys forced so many live ball turnovers. I think you had 11, and usually that helps get your offense on track and get you going.
Right.
What sort of, I guess, prevented that from happening tonight, where you
Well, I
had
thought,
those live balls?
honestly, I don't know how many, obviously they had 20 turnovers. I don't know how many of them were live ball. I thought we forced a lot, especially when we came back in the fourth. I said earlier, I thought we got our hands on a lot of balls and created some turnovers that really helped us. Now, whether we converted or not, we converted much better in the second half than we did in the first half. But, you know, I do think that was one of the reasons why we made a little run at the end, is because of our aggressiveness on the ball.
More along those same lines, especially in the first half, were you happy with the shot quality, and they just weren't going in, or was there something that needed to change?
I think for us, you know, we're going to shoot 40 to 50 threes, and we didn't shoot the three well. And so, in general, I think we take good threes, and it's if we're not shooting an average percentage from three, it's, you know, that it makes it difficult, and that's where the extra possessions come in. But I think for the most part, we missed some in the first half. We missed 4 or 5 point blank shots. So I thought our shot quality was good, both from inside the line and outside the line. All right, thank you.